started on a buttermilk ranch chicken and rice casserole. But I first have to prep for that. So I'm gonna let this all marinate overnight. What I have is about 4 chicken thighs. Chicken thighs really have a little more flavor and taste. You can use chicken breast, no problem. And I have some ranch seasoning dressing that I'm gonna pour in here. And then I'm just going to cover with buttermilk until it covers the top. There you go. And I'm gonna seal it and I'm gonna shake it around. I'm gonna seal this and I'm gonna give it some shakes, get it all mixed together, and then I'm gonna let it sit in the refrigerator overnight, and then tomorrow we'll work on making our casserole. Okay, I've let my chicken marinate overnight, so let's get started on making our buttermilk ranch chicken and rice casserole. Okay, to make our buttermilk ranch chicken casserole, you're gonna need 2 cups of rice, a can of cream of chicken, a can of cream of mushroom. You're gonna need some sour cream, and then you're gonna need a half a cup of sour cream and a half a cup of chicken broth, or non-fat chicken broth. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna mix all of those in the bowl together and be letting them sit. Then we're going to cook our chicken on the stovetop for a few minutes. So I'll be back with you to do that. Okay, on my stovetop here, I have my slightly sprayed pan. So I just sprayed it a little bit, slightly with some spray. And so now I'm gonna put in my chicken thighs. And I got my heat on like a medium. So we just wanna make sure we get them cooked thoroughly. So we're gonna put all those in here. And we let with that buttermilk and with that ranch dressing as well, and put just a tad in there to let them cook with all of that. Just a tad of the buttermilk dressing, as you can see here. So I'm going to continue to cook these. It'll probably take 20 minutes or so because I'm going to cook them on low heat. But anyway, we'll come back in just a minute and we'll start showing you the rest. Okay, I think our chicken is almost done, so I'm going to check right here. It took me probably about 25 minutes to cook it because I did it very slow, but I do want to make sure they're done, and yes, they're done. So let's take these up and put them in a little plate. And I didn't say this, I think, at the beginning, but these are boneless chicken thighs. It looks like they cooked apart a little bit. So this is going to be fine. We're going to shred them anyway. That's going to be our next step, is to cut the chicken up and shred it. So now I have that there. I'm going to turn my eye off, and I'm going to I have my chicken mixture here. My rice mixture, I've got my rice mixture here with all the ingredients that I had before, all mixed together. But I'm going to put just a tiny bit of that seasoning in there, just a little bit, not much. And then I'm going to mix that all around in this bowl. So let's go back now and shred the chicken, and we'll put this casserole together and we'll bake it. Okay, I'm a sucker. I did give him a little bitty piece. But anyway, I've got all the chicken together now, and so are chopped up, and so I'm going to put it in my casserole here. See, it's kind of little chunks and stuff. And then I'm going to put a little bit of stirring on this and get it all together. And by the way, some of you have asked like where I get some of my utensils. Like this is a pretty cool one right here. It kind of rests, kind of lazy spoon. I'll put that link in my video at the end, or somewhere in the video where you can click on it and go straight to it and look at it and see if you'd like to purchase or not. But this is just something I'd gotten off the internet here. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and mix this chicken up. All right, so now I've got everything done there. I'm going to pour it into my casserole dish. You can see Rigger is hoping something falls. Pour this into my casserole dish. Rigger, that's enough of that, hun. And so anyway, I'm gonna put this here. Got that all done. I'm gonna smooth it down, okay? And by the way, I got my oven at 350, so we're gonna put this in the oven. I'm gonna smooth all of this down really nice. And then here is what we're gonna do next. Put that there. we're gonna put some cheddar. I have mild cheddar, but you can use sharp cheddar. I think sharp cheddar would probably be better. I've done both, but right now I just had mild cheddar in my house. But use whatever cheese you want to. And this is about 2 cups. So about 2 cups are a package, one of those packages of cheese that you can get, or is as much cheese you want. If you want different cheese or whatever, choose your choice. Then on top of that, I am going to spread. I didn't realize my spoon was on the way. I'm going to spread some crackers, some of the little round cracker crumbs in there. You can use any kind of cracker crumbs you wish, but this is what I'm going to use, and it's about a sleeve of cracker crumbs. I use like the example, the Ritz brand is what I use here, but you can use like premium crackers or whatever other cracker you would like to use, and I'm just going to kind of smooth that down. All right, so now I'm going to put this in the oven for about 30 minutes so that it gets all nice and bubbly on the inside and the cheese melts and it's nice and toasty. So 30 minutes at 350 in the oven. Okay, Ruger, we're gonna cook it now. Poor baby. While we're waiting for our casserole to cook, I'll tell you one of my stories. So growing up on the farm, if any of you live on a farm or have lived on a farm, you know that farm life is not an easy life. It's very difficult. Like, you work from dawn to dusk, or even past dusk sometimes. So you get up early and you work all day. And we had the chicken houses, as I told you, and we had 2-layer houses, and the chickens were not in cages. They were kind of free range, but within a big chicken house, long chicken house. And so the chickens had nests, you know, that they would get in, and they would lay their eggs, and so they'd fly up on the nest, and then they would lay the eggs, and we would have to go through and pick them up. And we're talking about a lot of eggs, probably about 2,000 per house, so, or maybe it's 4,000 at peak, but there was a lot of eggs you pick up, and that's per day that you were picking them up. And so we would work, like go several times a day, gather all the eggs, and sometimes they'd lay on the ground and you have to pick them up off the ground and clean them. So that was one of my duties, to go around and look on the ground for eggs, like Easter egg hunting every day, except that gets really, really old. Anyway, you would go in, and then you would try to get the eggs out from under the chicken, and the chicken would peck you and tear your hands up. Like, my hands used to be like all bitten and pecked by chickens all the time. I have all kinds of little scratches where I'd go in and get the eggs from them. And so those sitting hens were always kind of angry. So my mom used to have this saying that she was mad as a wet setting hen, and you probably have heard that before, maybe, but it is a southern term, especially where I'm from. Madder than a wet setting hen. That's how we would say it in the country. She's madder than a wet setting hen. So a setting hen, very angry all the time, and if they're wet, that even makes it worse. So yeah, great story for you to remember. But madder than a wet setting hen. That's a good one from my mama. Love you, Mama. Okay, I've got it out of the oven. It's golden brown. You can see that. I'm going to get a little bit of here from the corner. Oh, see the hot steam coming off of it? So good. A little bit more. See the chicken chunks? Very, very good. I hope you enjoy this dish. And remember, as Mama always said, can't, never could.